What up, guys? Hey,
What up?
real quick. I was just thinking about this, because the last couple of shows I've done this from my office, and then the time before that I was in my new bourbon room, which David has checked out. And ever since I got that bourbon room, I don't do a whole lot of going to my bar, which is right downstairs. I know it seems like that's short of a walk, but I just don't do it. I haven't been downstairs. I was just talking about this the other day. I don't even turn on the heat downstairs in my basement. I have one heater down there that it's a fireplace that it'll come on if it gets below 65, but it generally stays about between 65 and 63 year round down there. So I don't really do a whole lot down there. I don't need to. But anyway, guys, welcome to the show. Like, love, share, subscribe. Please subscribe to our show. Anyway, guys, everybody, real quick, I do want to put a few things out there. There's been a couple awesome things, a couple bad things happen. Michelle, she's not feeling too well right now, so let's give her some extra. If you're praying type, give her some prayers for
she's not feeling well.
And then for my middle oldest son, he got engaged yesterday to Eden. They've been together for quite some time. She's from Pennsylvania. She's an awesome chick, math girl. I love that girl. But they got engaged yesterday at the Predators game, which was awesome. So
congratulations.
Yeah, super excited for them. And then my oldest son, they had the 3-dimensional of the baby reading today to be able to see the pictures of the baby. And so everything looked great.
Awesome.
And so super stoked about that as well. But outside of that, man, how's everybody doing?
When's the due date again?
I think it's March. I think it's March.
Awesome.
I could be wrong. It could be March. I think it's March.
That'll be cool. That's going to be your first grandson?
My first grandson.
Grandchild?
Yeah. And the thing is funny, though, is Ethan.
Awesome.
Ethan will be the child that has, because I was just telling his mom this the other day. I was like, that woman and that child is going to give you all the grandchildren that you'll ever want, because she's Orthodox Catholic, and she's already got him going to an Orthodox. There's a what's it called?
Little old fashioned.
How you doing, bro?
Cheers.
We're doing well.
Everyone's doing well. We're doing fantastic.
But I was like, Catholic girls, man.
Daniel Barry.
Daniel Barry.
What's up? What's up?
I know.
Happy Monday. It repeated. Okay.
So,
It's been a while since Daniel's been on. I haven't seen him in the last few episodes.
Been a little busy. Gotta drop in, say hi to us.
Sports, sports thing going on.
Well, there's a lot of important things going on right now. So you have the college football finals, which are next Monday, which is going to be Miami versus Indiana. I'll be honest with you. This is the first time in a long time I'm super excited about the national championship game.
Yes.
All right. You got a number 12 going against a number 1. All right. Number 12 is solid. They hadn't been there. They hadn't been to a national championship game since 2001 is the last time they won it. And I think, what's his name? Johnson. He was coach of Cowboys. He was the guy.
Johnson.
Jimmy Johnson. Yeah. He was the coach when they won it last time. And 2006 was probably the last time they were relevant in any kind of aspect, but they weren't relevant in the aspect of national championship. We're talking about they were just good enough to make to win the big prize bowl.
Thank you for cheering, Chuck. He says we got to go number 2.
Cool. I'm glad we're keeping this real. And then the Bears came back. I know this sounds crazy, but the Bears came back and beat the Packers the other night. I'm not a Bears fan. I'll make sure we're clear on that. I am a Caleb Williams fan. I love Caleb Williams, and because he went to USC.
I wonder why.
Oh, I know why. I'm gonna tell you why. He's awesome. Why. He's magic.
I know why.
And so, since I'm still a free agent, because my team left me, though, I think the Chargers are either playing tonight or they played yesterday. I don't know.
Pittsburgh plays tonight. Pittsburgh and Texas. Or Texans.
That's going to be a tough one. I think the Texans are going to win it because that is a solid
Probably.
team. Right?
Yeah, Pittsburgh doesn't win in the postseason anymore.
What is in that glass, Jody.
What?
The one in front of you.
Ice Cube.
Snow? Jeez.
Yes.
Of all the things,
We were just talking about last week adding you back to the VIP.
Actually,
it's one word.
one of the actually kind of a neat thing, kind of off topic a little bit, but right with the ice. My
Yeah.
wife got me one of those countertop freezers that makes the balls,
Huh.
Clarnus.
and it's very nice. It's got a filter on it, and they come out nice and clear.
That's pretty cool.
Very nice. Very appreciative of that. But now I've got more damn ice balls that I know what to fucking do with.
Mm.
But hey, it is what it is. I love it. It makes
think-
the perfect little ice balls.
Speaking of the mold, Jody, did I leave those ones you were trying to give me at your house?
You did.
I'm pretty sure I did, and I've even been back to your house probably more than once since then, and it's still not.
At least once. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you'll remind me next time, I'll give those to you.
Yeah. You should do that. I was just thinking, I was like, what the fuck did I do with that? And I was like, oh yeah.
Even Michelle asked about
Whoops.
that. She was like, "Did you give those? Why are they still sitting on the counter?" I'm like, "Well, David, he decided he didn't want
That's
to take them."
David.
Well, I also didn't take my. Never mind. I'm not gonna say that. I took something I needed for work, and I left it at Jody's place, and I left, and I had to come back like a couple hours later. I was like, oh, shit. So
I even
Yeah.
speaking of those molds, I had the kids had got me once upon a time the molds that were the Death Star, which was really kind of cool.
I have some that are skulls, and they were awesome.
Skulls are cool, yep. But these were nice Death Stars.
But hey, real quick, let's go through what everybody's drinking and stuff of that nature. But I do want to talk about some interesting modern trends that are coming out, some things that are on the future. I do want to hear some more about, I think Jack brings up a lot of the things that I can't get from here, to be honest with you. What was that?
Chad, it says little old fashioned and misspelling the Frank August bottles has been on them from the first bottling. No.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't.
Yeah.
I don't think I even knew that they were misspelled.
That Frank August was misspelled. Yeah, I didn't know.
I have no
Look at
idea.
that, Chuck. You tell us something new tonight.
I don't
Good
think I paid
bourbon, though.
attention to it. But by
Good
the way,
bourbon, good ride.
their bottling is the best decanter set you could ever get.
Yes.
Didn't I
They
show
make
you one
a-
the other day?
You did.
What's that? You did show us one, but I still think I'm still going to go with what I think.
You know another bottle that is a very nice decanter. The only problem is you can't take the painted label off. Is James Pepper has that decanter bottle,
I'm going to say something that's crazy real fast.
and it is. I don't have one here on hand, or I'd show it to you. It is very nice.
I got one in the basement.
So back in the 70s, I can't believe I'm going to say this. I see them at antique stores all the time, and I wish my parents had 3 of them, and I remember we used to put change in them, and then we'd go get the change but they had to be at least 2 foot tall, but they were these tall Jack Daniel bottles.
Yeah,
And
we had a Seagram's one like that.
and they had this really historical look to them, and they were really cool looking. And I don't know if they were 2 gallons or just a gallon or what. They're ginormous,
Huh.
and they were freaking cool as everything. And I remember we would have one for quarters, one for dimes, one for nickels, and then at sometime within that year we go get the change out of it, and then my parents would let me and my brother keep the money out of it. So after we got it changed out, but we had the 3 bottles, and it was, and they were ginormous. When I say they were like 2 foot high, I'm being serious.
No.
They're like 2 foot high.
We had one too. It was Seagram's was the one we had.
Yeah.
And then,
They're-
of course, back in the day, Dad, in the military, the PX, Jim Beam always came out with those fancy decanter bottles.
Yeah.
So
The different
they
ones.
had a whole series.
Yep.
We had all of those. Yeah.
Yeah, I do a lot of
That would be
antiquing, and which is going to be a nice transition into the modern stuff. So I do a lot of antiquing, and I like to go and so I see a lot of bottling and decanter sets out there. I'm not really big on the decanter sets. However, I do think about putting a decanter set out all the time in my bourbon sitting room, because I think that would be pretty cool. I hate to even say this out loud. I have a set of those too, the historical cards as well. I have them hidden in that David's been in my house in my I have the exact same set.
I don't think I've ever seen those.
Because they're hidden in the the coffee table I have downstairs. That's a historical coffee table.
Coffee table of shame.
It is, and it has that, and it also has another set too. That's a Crown Royal set of playing cards from like 1960 something. So it's an old set as well. But anyway, now that I've done all the advertisement I will ever do for Jack Daniels, I do want to transition into modern trends. And so I got to looking up some things. I was thinking about ideas today, and I was like, I wonder where the bourbon world's going, because I do follow trends. I mean, you guys know I'm into the financial aspects of it. I'm a heavy investor in several spirits.
Which one in particular? I forgot.
Yeah, that would be Bardstown. So I do know all their release dates this year. But the huge investor there. But huge, like the greatest ever. It's the best ever.
Many people are saying.
The other day, you heard Preston do it. Did you hear Preston do that the other day when he did his Donald Trump impersonation? It was hilarious the other day when we were eating dinner. By the way, did you enjoy dinner?
Dinner was amazing, dude. Like I got on the skit. I've put on like 10 pounds in the last week, and this man has cooked for me I think twice in the last week, because I came down Wednesday and then again on what was that, Saturday or whatever. Like Saturday
was a legit amount of food though.
Yeah, it was Angus steak from his farm.
From my farm,
lobster tail, shrimp, bacon wrapped asparagus, baked potato, and then I had a bunch of Michelle's cookies.
And not only that, it was also fresh catfish and also rainbow trout.
I didn't get the fish, but I got everything else. So yeah, it was delicious, dude. Yeah, it was good.
I cooked a lot. I got pictures of it. I can show you, but I just didn't share them online.
That's okay. Yeah,
but yeah, they were legit. They were legit. It was a legit day of cooking.
But damn, where did you put all that?
What do you mean? Where did I put it all?
No, Dave.
He means me where I put it.
He put it in his tummy.
All doesn't mean I can't. I have the ability.
Yeah, but like, is that like 2/3 of his body mass or what?
Well, to be fair,
so
like so David has a standing invitation. I put out to him. I'm like, dude, I know you don't have somebody there to cook for you. I don't have anybody to cook for. I love to cook. If you are out this way or you're heading home, you're like, I may just swing by Jody's. Dude, I'm always ready to cook something. Just let me know. I'm gonna cook it up, and probably whatever you want. I just want to cook, because it's really hard to cook for one. It's hard to cook for two too. I'm gonna be honest with you.
It's very hard to cook for two.
When I came, and so when I used to cook for like a whole family of 3 boys and and a significant other and stuff, that was I could cook for that.
Was easy.
But it really was. It was
when you're cooking for the family. That's easy.
You're right. And see, another thing is I don't like leftovers either. And that's the other thing too.
Or leftovers, no, they go to the refrigerator to die.
Yeah, and so I don't like that.
Not this guy. I live off of. I'm like, I don't have anything to eat because there's no leftovers. Like,
I can tell you how that conversation goes between the wife and I.
I only eat leftovers.
Well, the conversation between the wife and I when we talk about the leftovers. Hey, do you want to have this? No, we just had that the other night.
Okay.
It never comes out of the refrigerator again except to go to the trash. Every now and then is something I can feed the dogs. We'll grind it up, give it to the dogs. But yeah,
my dogs definitely do love it when I cook. They're like, hey, so you're
they're ready. They're always ready.
They're always sitting right there. They watch me cook and they're like, so if they see me get for example, if I get of course, we're moving away from the topic as always. But
we never even talked about what we were drinking tonight.
We haven't. You know what? Let's skip all that stuff. Let's go straight to. Let's talk about
more cooking.
So real quick, I'll tell you what I'm drinking. I just picked up a bottle of Russell 10-year.
Nice.
It's something simple, cheap. It's an easy drinker. It's I don't even think it's a high proof. I don't know what it's 90 proof.
I think it's like
it's 90 proof. It's not high proof. It's something that you can pour like a little 2-ounce pour. Feel pretty good the next day. I have never drank a whole bottle of it, so I don't know how it makes you feel like if you drink a lot of it. But what I'm trying to say is that it's from wild turkey, essentially. So
Yeah.
it's just
the
so it's not like it's their top of the line by any means like that. I did pick up a bottle of Maker's Mark cast strength, and I was going to buy it today, and they wanted $119 for it because it didn't have a price tag on it, and I was like, yeah, I'm not buying that.
No, that's
it was-
crazy prices.
But it was
That's
the only
great.
reason why I even looked at it is because David brought over some cast strength this past weekend. So maybe
Yeah,
tomorrow-
but that's a hell of a price for cast strength. I don't
and it
think
was
I've paid that
what?
much
No,
for
but it's a
Maker's-
barrel too. It's a barrel pick. But
Oh, okay.
but
Yeah.
but whatever he brought.
Did you
over-
like? Did you? Yeah, we talked about that maker.
Yeah,
just
that was
a little
really
bit
good.
also.
That was
yeah,
really good.
yeah, it was a store pick. I saw that. I was like, yeah, that's the one. That's the
Yeah.
one.
I was gonna say the regular cast strength, man, should be nowhere near that price. But
Well, that's what I said too. I actually walked it back to where it was sitting. I said, no, we're not doing this tonight.
That's
I
hilarious.
agree with you on that one.
So what about you there,
Sure.
Mr. Pours? What are you drinking?
I'm drinking. I ended up picking up something a little bit different, and I wanted to try it. So this is called Kohana, and this is a Hawaiian rum. And a couple things about it, something I didn't realize initially. One, it's only 60 proof, so this is I guess a liqueur class, and it's basically Hawaiian. They call it agricole or something like that, and it's
How do you
Hawaiian
spell
rum.
that? How do you spell agricole? Or agricole or whatever.
AGRICOLE. Hawaiian agricole. So
Okay.
it's Hawaiian rum crafted with cacao and honey. So it's like, so you get like
All
a
right.
honey and chocolate kind of thing. It's fairly sweet, not overly sweet. It's a decent.
So I can tell you real
thing
quick
that-
what it's made with. So it's made from fresh sugarcane juice, not molasses, giving it a distinct grassy, vegetated, fruity flavor profile. It's produced primarily in French or Caribbean-speaking islands like Marquette.
Yeah,
That's
and
about it.
I never
But,
even heard of it
some of the
before, yeah.
notes are vanilla, spice, and oak, and it has a vibrant, bright taste.
Hey,
Hey, I was just talking about him just a little while ago because his mother called me and told me about the ultrasound today, or she didn't call me. She sent me a
Nice.
text.
gotcha. So the thing I will say about this in my review, this is decent enough to sip on for one drink. The nose is ass. Like it is like a gasoline and rotten bananas. Like it's bad. Like the nose is straight up bad on this thing. It is gross. Not a fan of the nose at all. It kind of almost kills it. I had to like take a break for a second there and just take a couple of sips without any nose. Much better that way.
And you got a lot of nose, so that's hard for you.
I mean, I'm struggling. It's like 2/3 of the experience automatically just by putting the glass near my face.
Right.
Is the nosing, and the nose knows this smells like shit. So so don't smell it. The taste is not. It's sweet. It's actually kind of light. It's definitely easy to drink.
You think it'd be better mixed?
I would think honestly, what I would really want to do with this is put it in like a dark and stormy. That's what I
Okay.
really want to
So
do.
for
with
those
it.
of those
do the
people
ginger
who don't
beer.
know what-
So
okay, yeah.
So dark and stormy is basically rum and ginger beer, and I think you can garnish it with some other stuff if you really want to. But the basic elements are rum and ginger beer. I would definitely want to cut this with ginger beer.
You think it would be better in a copper glass versus a glass?
I'd be willing to try anything. Like
I'm just wondering
anything that would
because
change
copper
the way it
does
smells.
well. The ginger beer will change the way it smells, but
yeah, that's
but if you garnish it with anything and then put it into a copper cup with a little bit of ice, maybe some brown sugar or something like that, I think you would get a different
Mule.
profile. Be almost like a mule.
It's
Yeah.
already very sweet
mule.
though. Is the thing?
Oh,
I
so you're
wouldn't-
saying it's pretty sweet because like when I was reading it,
Oh,
it
then
said it's
stick
not
to
as
brown
sweet.
sugar.
Yeah, its profile is a little bit. I read just a little bit about it before I bought it, and the profile is closer to like a Jamaican rum. That it's earthier. You do get like kind of a gasoline thing.
Well, it
Like,
says grass.
or natural.
What it says.
Well, whatever they say. But adding the honey and I'm gonna say it wrong. Cacao, CACAO. Yeah, that word.
Cacao.
That like that sweetens it up a good bit already.
Unrefined chocolate beans.
Unrefined chocolate.
I just want to make sure it did
cacao.
say grassy and not gassy. It does say a distinct grassy, vegetated, fruity flavor.
Yeah, that's what you get. You get like again on the palate. It is sweet. It is very balanced. I wouldn't want to do anything to make it sweeter, honestly, because it's kind of right at that level anyway. But like again, the nose is like it's like rotting vegetation and gasoline. Like that's. I'm not kidding. Like I'm smelling. I'm like the fuck is something fucking dying here? Like it's bad. Like the nose is very bad.
It's funny.
And I'm not normally negative about much anything because I'll drink whatever. And I will.
Yeah, you are a trash panda.
Yeah, but like
There we
at the
go.
same time,
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Oh, Frosty, what about you, man?
So going back to a Colorado classic, if you will.
Axino, we had those guys on the show one time back many years ago.
So they're out of Colorado Springs. They blend their own distillate with MGP, an MGP high rye, so it's 21%. This is coming in at 92 proof. It's 3 years old. It's still young, right? We know that, but so it's a little bit of a lighter color.
Okay.
But it doesn't drink young. It's
Nice.
It's got a crisp after like a finish is very crisp. It's a little thin on your palate. It doesn't have the viscosity that some of the older age stuff would have. But you're getting a little bit on the back end anyway. You're getting just a slight bit of pepper, a little bit of honey as well. So it's kind of a weird, good mix of flavor. It's for the price point. I mean, it's $40 to $50. It's not Buffalo Trace $30, but I mean, it's really good. It's definitely a good daily drinker if you needed to.
Nice.
Real quick fun fact: MGP is the #1 producer of juice of any company.
Oh yeah.
Of anywhere in the world. I'm talking about that. Like, so more people have MGP in their arsenal than any place in the world.
Which comes up to a pretty good talking point. There's going to be a shift in what you can get from MGP because they've slowed their production down a lot.
Well, that's because of the market. We can talk about that here shortly. We are going to talk about the market, but I do want to get through everybody's what everybody's drinking. But you're right, there is a huge shift in the market right now when it comes to that. I'm actually super excited about it. I'm going to tell you why.
I was drinking this.
You were.
I do like Buffalo Trace, man. I'm a big fan.
Yep.
You know that. That's my
It's
home staple. To be honest
So
with you.
now I finished that last pour.
Nice.
In the
I
glass,
like that
but I'm
glass.
going to be switching off once that's gone to Elijah Craig.
Small batch. Yeah.
I'm in the process
Drinking that last night.
of working my way through my open bottles because, as you can see behind me, I am fucking out of space yet again. And I have got, to quote my brother Mark, who isn't on the show anymore. I don't know where he's been, but
he's
been busy with his dad.
He's had some family.
floor bourbon.
Yeah.
He's had some
So
family.
there's
He'll be
bourbon
back,
that's
I'm
on the
sure.
floor. I know,
Yeah.
but he's dealing with dad, and I applaud him
Papa
for that.
Lou. Much love to Papa Lou. Hope he's doing okay.
Papa Lou is
Yeah,
an
yeah,
amazing
yeah.
man.
Yep.
But I wish he'd pop in every now and then. I like shooting the shit with him.
I do too. I miss talking more. I was just talking to him with my mom yesterday. I was talking about the 2 most expensive bar tabs I've ever had in my life. One of them with Dave was there and Jay was there and Mark was there. I think the way we broke that up was I paid for the bourbon and Jay paid for the food, I think it was, or vice versa.
Something like that.
And the other one was with just a singular person while I went to go pee. And I left her my
What did
credit
you get a
card.
pour of?
Apparently straight from God. And that was so I had one that was $1,200, which was with just one other person, and the other one was a little bit over $1,200, but that was with 4.
Did the server not warn her of the price?
I don't know what the
Oh, they
story
don't.
is.
You know what I mean?
I was in the pistol.
Oh no.
You know what I
for less than
mean?
5 minutes.
Because
No,
you could
Right?
have a problem
Oh yeah,
there.
I'll bring
You
that
got a
right out for you.
fucking $600 pour. Like, not everyone's in for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Well,
and
they
the
don't
the
know-
fun
they
the
don't
fun
know
thing
what
is
they're
when I
doing.
was
Right
up in
back with that
Seattle.
door.
When I was up in Seattle, they had a. I was only going to buy it because one of my buddies had never had a version of.
Is this a person we know?
I
Yeah,
don't know.
no.
Who that is.
Sonic Feet 69 says he has hemorrhoids. Please help. This is not the right venue
Channel.
for
Yeah,
that
yeah.
question.
Yeah, no.
I would
move on.
I would
Yeah,
recommend Preparation H.
but you got to get it knuckle deep.
Well, that's the reason why you have 69 on there. Maybe you can get a partner.
There you go.
All
Things
There
are
you
looking up
go.
for you, Jack.
right, so real quick, so let's talk about some of the trends. So I don't know if anybody heard of this. This was some hot news that I heard this week. I was super excited when I heard this. Horse Soldier. I actually heard it from a podcast. I was listening to Sean Ryan. He was talking to
Okay.
Mike
What are they
Waltz.
doing?
Well, they're moving production to Kentucky, and they're only going to make bourbon at this point.
Nice.
They've already got a place there, and they already have. So they've already acquired. So in a company. So when you look at a merger, acquisition, or a divestiture, you can look at acquisition and a merger kind of like a marriage. Two people come together, same values, going to share assets and stuff like that. That's what they're doing with. Okay. And divestiture is fuck you. This isn't working. I'm either going to go live in a van down by the river, or I'm going to spin off and get with this other girl. Right. That's how that is. Right. So a little bit of business talk for you. They've got an organization up there that they've met with. I don't know which one it is. I'm interested to find out. So I'm constantly doing research on it right now because I do like Horse Soldier. Horse Soldier is one of my favorite. It is for sure my favorite military produced bourbon of all time. All right. And the reason why I say that is not just because it's put up by special forces and like it is the guys who were part of the original 12 men that went into Afghanistan. It's not just because of that, because there's a lot of them that are out there and they all taste like dog.
That's what the name's based on.
Yeah. So
the story, yeah.
They're the original. Yeah, they're the part of the original 12 that went into. I don't know how many of them it is, but anyway. So they are moving.
That's the name of the movie.
So they're moving full production to Kentucky, and all their bourbon this coming 26 is going to come from their barrels that they've already had in production that are already up there. So it's going to be true bourbon.
Okay.
From Kentucky. I don't know if it's going to be 26 or 27, but 26 is when they're going to start releasing Kentucky bourbon. All right. Or Kentucky whiskey. Or
I have a
whatever.
question when you're done talking about Horse Soldier.
Well, go ahead real quick.
Well, I was going to ask you what your thoughts were on, I think it's called Four Branches.
Nope.
It's not good.
What about what is it? The 10th?
Because I came real close to picking it up
Brigade.
the other day.
There is so many. I've tried them all, and I do not like any.
Yeah, Jack, you're out there in Colorado. That's where they're at. I can't get it here because they won't ship to me. Have you
just
tried
got to
it?
ask the right person. I have. It's
So Uncle Nearest, I think Chuck actually put this thing
Uncle
in there.
Nearest.
Uncle
Yeah.
Nearest is
They're done.
actually no. There's an angel investor out there, and I know this.
Oh
to
yeah,
be
because they
factual.
got another lawsuit against them.
Nope. They may have a lawsuit against their name.
Good question, Chuck.
But I know this for a fact because I'm in that market. I invest in that market, and there is an angel investor that's unnamed. It's an anonymous person that is put out. It's not Jody. I wish.
Why is it called Uncle Jody's now?
Yeah.
Uncle Joseph's is what it would be called. If it gets changed to Uncle Joseph, I'm sorry. I didn't lie well enough. All right. But no, so there's an angel investor out there. And so an angel investor, real quick, another business talk for you. Angel investor is a person that comes in and says, you know what, I'm just going to buy up wherever the fuck you're at. I'm going to take it all in. And I don't need a prospectus. I'm just going to buy it. I'm going to buy the company for whatever loss it's at. And then I'm going to institute my own leadership and stuff of that nature. I'm going to keep it in my portfolio. And when this business starts going and getting going great, I'm going to keep it's going to stay in my portfolio, but I'm going to move on to another business because that's what I care about. I care about launching giant businesses. So anyway, So an angel investor came out there with this, and the only reason why I know this is because Jody did put in some money for that. Yep. So he read about that too.
Yep.
So I put in. I'm not gonna lie to anybody. I'll be transparent. I did make an offer too. I'm not gonna lie. But it was not anywhere close to what this person was. I mean, I was nowhere close. I mean, this we're talking about tens of millions of dollars difference from where I was. All right.
Okay.
I put mine out there like going, don't pick me, please. I don't have that money. You know what I'm saying?
You're at the auction, just hoping someone outbids you.
Yeah, I'm just trying to.
I'm not really trying to take this.
I'm trying to get you guys to the reserve. You know, that's all I'm doing. I'm your buddy of a buddy. You know, but no, they. So there is an angel investor that is looking into it. And
that's nice that they might still be around. Because
here's the other thing too. I'm not going to say the names that I've heard. So, but I will say that. But I do believe it is also a black investor. I will say that to keep the historical aspect to it. No. What I'm saying is keep the heritage with it. So
yeah.
But I will also tell you this. So I will tell you this. This is facts also, and this is also known because it's in the market. Jack Daniels also put an offer too.
Of course it would.
Well, there you go.
So just to be real out there, so Jack Daniels.
I'm glad.
And to be honest with you, it's not just Jack Daniels. Sazerac put in an offer. The owners of the Crown Royal up in Vermont, they also put
the
in.
buzzards have been circling.
Yeah, everybody's put an offer. Okay, like my offer is way down here. Like I'm just like a small investor compared to all these other people. And yes, I do have a lot into Bardstown, but these other people, man, they got some legit money into it. We're talking about, we're not talking about tens of millions. We're talking about a lot higher numbers.
Okay,
20s of millions.
Like I'm saying, I'm glad they're still going to be around
or higher.
I do enjoy their offerings.
I do too.
56.
Big fan.
It's an awesome pour.
I'm a big fan.
So I do enjoy that stuff.
It was cool meeting Miss V and stuff like that when we were down there because you were down there when we met.
Yeah. That was really awesome.
Book right there.
And we met her husband
such a great
too.
experience.
But Jack, back to the 10th Mountain Brigade. Have you tried that?
I have. All of it's not good, man. The only one that I'm being honest with you. And
I was worried about that.
No.
I'm a military guy. I'm
interested in it because a buddy of mine.
I always want to buy because I can go get those super cheap at the exchange. All right. All I have to do is go drive out to see David. I'm just like, hey, I'm gonna go see David. You know, I'm gonna go see David, and I'm just gonna stop by the exchange real fast. I can buy everything tax free, and then it's also all of it is right at or below manufacturer's suggested retail price.
Well,
all right, so I can buy
I'm interested
and it's
in
all
that.
fucking shit. Pardon my French.
Well,
I swore I wasn't gonna cuss anymore.
It's
I've
okay.
cussed a lot tonight.
There is one reason I'm interested in that is a buddy of mine that I went to college with. He was in that division, was an MP, and not only went to the desert, he went to Somalia. And was there after the Black Hawk Down incident and all that good stuff.
Yeah, we've had a presence there ever since.
And so it's like I'm always on the lookout for that. I've never tried it. I don't know if it,
so I can get 10th.
I would like to find that to be able to give it to him.
There's so many out there. The problem is a lot of them rush. The biggest problem is
rush to market before it's proper.
Yeah. So what and I don't know this to be fact. This is what I have read. So it could be puffery. Horse Soldier did not rush to market.
Nice.
They put together a small batch. We'll call it a small batch of, I think we're talking about less than 100 barrels that they put together, and they had some funding from just their guys. And then they took a couple of loans out to make that happen. And then they sold them all as specialty bottles from the 12th, or not 12th, but the 12 original soldiers that went into it. And I happened to get one of the first bottles like that. That was one of my favorite bottles of all time because it had this smell. I know I've said this before, had this smell that smelled like my grandfather's garage. It had this diesel smell, and and for whatever reason, it took me took me back to where it was.
Okay.
And so they actually aged theirs themselves. Now they did supplement several of it for MGP and stuff of that nature. And they were just talking about an article I read this past week that they had taken it off. But that's not all I want to talk about tonight. I want to talk about other things too. So there's a new market opening up, and that's Taiwan.
Yep.
Taiwan market is opening up. And what's cool about that market is they're opening up and they're deciding to do Kentucky-based type bourbon, which are going to start with MGPs. They're going to ship MGP all the way across. So there'll probably be some
Age
type
it
of
there and then
no,
ship it back.
They'll probably call it some type of on the ocean, world traveler, and they'll get it
It's
to
work for Jefferson.
Yep.
Yeah. They're about to be real mad about that, I guess.
But I don't really think it's worked for Jefferson. I think Jefferson's one of the markets that is falling, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
Like,
I like their base offering. It's just it seems like their top tier is the ocean, and it's just not that good for the money.
I agree with you.
I think there were too many
It's
of
not
them.
bad. It's just not.
Well, the thing is that people found out what they were doing. They were just putting them on a barge, sitting in a freaking in a port somewhere, and they're just floating up and down. Yes, I get that sensation, but there's really going to be true agitation when they ship actual barrels from Kentucky, or not Kentucky, Indiana, of MGP
all the way
across the entire ocean. I guess it'd go to
what are they going to call
San Francisco, and they don't have a name yet. But anyway, they're choosing not to do the Japanese model or the Scottish model. They're going to be totally different. They're wanting to do the American model. They want to model American.
I was going to say most whiskeys that are European and Japanese, they tend to model after Scotch.
So what I read,
single malted something.
Yep. So what I read this week in an article, that's the reason why I brought this up. So what I read this week in an article was that for the last 40 years, they've had Taiwanese distillers learning to be master distillers in Kentucky for the last 4 years.
That's cool. They're going to spell it with an EY?
They're going to spell it. That is exactly right. It's what Taiwan's wanting to do. They're going to spell it with an EY. That's exactly right.
Nothing wrong with that.
And they're going to be the first. That's part of the which is, by the way, the taters. They're going to love this. That's going to be the first Trans-Pacific EY whiskey to ever be created.
That is wild.
And
why do I have to work for a Taiwanese company that's not making whiskey? Damn it. I messed up.
Well, I mean, hell, I'm sitting here thinking about, dude, that goes back to when we had Dr. Johnson on the show. I'm like, I have a doctor. Why didn't I know? I mean, it's right there. You know what I'm saying? It's right there.
But
why did I get one in fermentation? You know?
That's for me, that's the homeland.
Mm-hmm.
What, Taiwan?
I was born in Taiwan.
Really? Dude, that's gonna be
an army brat.
I understand that, but I didn't even know we had a base over in Taiwan.
Yeah, this was one of those bases. It was a place called Kaohsiung, is where Dad was stationed. And yeah. Now, I wasn't made in Taiwan. I was born in Taiwan.
Yeah.
Now, my sister, and she's got that tattooed on a place on her body. She was actually made in Taiwan. But yeah, no, that's the homeland, I guess you could say. So I'm very interested in that. Just for
that's
that would be. So I don't know when the expected release date on that, because I did not see that when I was looking up on the internet.
I'm interested now.
I was just gonna kind of give a backstory. I do a lot of, as Jack knows because he brings it up every time, I am very invested in the whiskey market. And when I mean that, I am physically have financials in the whiskey market. We're talking about tons of money. All right.
It's okay.
So the market is taking a steep degradation since 2012. All right. It really is. But
saturation.
It is saturation. So like when the whole thing came up, what was it, about a month ago with, I forgot the company. It was it Jim Beam? It's moving operations.
They shut down one of their distilleries.
So they're moving everything. They're going to the retooling is the work. They have 70 million barrels aging. I want you to think about that. 70 million barrels. All right.
That's a lot of barrels, man.
That's a whole hell of a lot of barrels that are aging. All right. And
you're looking for a
maturity-
barrel.
What?
And you're looking for a barrel.
I found one. I
Oh,
got
yeah.
one.
Okay.
I got one. I got one coming.
Right.
I got it cheap too. I got it cheap, meaning that it's a Blanton's barrel, and I got it cheap with a discount because I know part of the staff.
It helps to know people.
Rubbed her feet so many times. So been working that one, working the angle. But anyway,
You're rubbing Tarek's feet. Okay.
no, Tarek did tell me.
Tarek probably enjoyed the fuck out of that.
He probably would, and he would probably he'd have it advertised somewhere because this motherfucker.
And then you paid him for the privilege. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. He'd be like, "Whew, that was great. It's still gonna be $80." I'm like, "Oh." So I just worked off $20 over the last 4 weeks, you know. But anyway, so
That's cool,
so the market has taken a degradation in the
Yeah.
for whiskey, but I don't think that's entirely true. And here's the reason why I say that: it's not true in the aspect of. Let me put it differently. In the purchases, yes, degradation. 2012 to now, it's degradation. Facts. But if you start looking up things like I just looked up, I went to the Whiskey Festival 2 years ago, and I was VIP there. And I'm not saying it like I was something special. I paid extra to be that, so I want to make sure. And you know how I feel about VIP. I had to have the fucking lanyard.
Got the
The lanyard. He's
Get the lanyard.
He will get
ID tag.
VIP.
Actually, it was
Just
3 years
to
ago,
have the
but yes,
lanyard.
I had to have the
National
lanyard.
Nightmare. Like,
Yeah.
I bet you'll never do that again because you
Yeah,
didn't get the
I
lanyard.
didn't get the lanyard. So
you had to give it. You had to turn in the lanyard.
So
he's
I
like,
want to make sure I had the lanyard and all. So I'm like, it's a big deal for me. Like, you know, I want to do it. Anyway, I think it was 3 years ago. I don't remember when it was, but I went to it and it was fantastic. Well, I've looked at it. Last year it was sold out with 2,500 people waiting on the waiting list. This year it's sold out and there's over 2,700 people on the waiting list.
Holy balls.
Currently. I'm not on the current waiting list. I did buy my tickets. I do typically sell them if I don't go, but because I went once before. I get first, and it's cheap if you buy it that way.
Yep.
So I buy my tickets right away. So they offer me once, and I'm like, boom, buying them. I don't even care if I got the money, buying them. You know, it is what it is. I do want to go, but anyway, I got to looking at that. It's always growing. So where am I going with that? I think the market's becoming much more mature, and what I mean by that is. We've now got past all of the. What did I miss?
I just said old. You said mature. I said old.
Well, I don't think that's. You can say old,
I
but
think the joke. Yeah,
but what I'm trying to say is that that's not what I mean by that. You have people who are so it's kind of eradicating the people who are just trying to search for bottles. Is what I'm trying to say. So now you have people that are like, you know what? This is really what I like. This is what I want to drink. This is what I want to be part of. Right. This is a community I want to be part of. So it's kind of like if you were to go back to 2008 when CrossFit first started. So I'm going to give you an analogy. They started before that, but in 2008, it was a ginormous thing. And then it peaked about 2014 or so, 2015. And it was like big time peak. All right. Then it started degrading down. And it stayed really relevant. They made the wrong choice. They decided to increase price for the name of CrossFit. And then you started seeing people drop off of it because of that tagger. They're like, what? I don't get it. Why? Our people can still compete in the CrossFit games and those people can make our gym even more significant. Well, the bourbon world, kind of like in the 80s, early 80s, late 70s, they're looking at this going, that's when Pappy Van Winkle and all that stuff became really freaking significant, was during those days. And so they're following that trend, and it's a trend line, and they're going, we weeded out all the, I don't want to say the Koreans that are just taking pictures, but I'm going to say that. Asian people just taking pictures. We've now weeded out all those people, and now it's just the real people that want to drink it. And so I see that becoming the new thing. Now, I will say that there is another trend going in that does put into some significant ad effects from it, and that is the I don't want to call it lipstick distillery, but the
Designer
designer,
to drink.
the designer's distillery.
Yeah.
Yep.
That are doing something different. That's kind of trendy. It used
Kind
to
of
be called,
boutique.
boutique. Yep.
Boutique. But no, it's like, yeah, my daughter got that for my son for Christmas. Of course, I got to ship it to Minnesota for him. But
Why don't you just take it up there and have one of the ICE agents take it to him?
yeah, no. I'm not about to fuck around and find out. And I'm not going to get into politics.
All you have to do is don't stop them and don't honk at them and don't run over
Yeah,
them. You should be
I
fine.
am not gonna get. No comment on the rest of that topic. But I'm gonna ship it up there to him, so that way he's got it. But you see a lot more of that nowadays, and it's not just with bourbon and not just with the whiskey world. You see it with the rum world. You see it with all the others. They got the ready to pour stuff.
Well, it's not only
all
that
we've done.
too. One of the things I'm finding out from like this weekend. So like Brax, and you were there, Brax and Preston, David. Those two guys are very health conscious. Like I had, so like when I was
This time
cooking,
especially, but yeah.
well, both of them are. But when I was cooking, I had to make sure I didn't use anything that had plastics in it. Nothing came from plastics.
Nope.
When all this, I had to make sure that there was no butter. It came from plastics. I had to do all the things because they wouldn't have eaten it.
Yeah, you know what's really funny? My mom, it's become like
make
the
sure your
running
butter
joke.
is grass fed.
Because she's a little bit older than that and talks about, she'll make a mistake or be confused about something. She's like, it's the microplastics. It's the microplastics in my brain. That's what's happening.
Well, there is a lot of microplastics in our brain. I don't know what the actual number is, but it's a significant amount.
I'm sure.
They're even talking. Well, I'll save that for later. But yeah, microplastics are a bad thing. And there are several different things that we do on a normal daily basis that contribute to that. But
carcinogens.
Back to what we're talking about on topic, this stuff, the ready to pour stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's great for the kids.
Well, real quick, that is on topic too. I was going with that to a place.
Yeah, it's great for the kids. It's one of these things that they bring it out there. It's for the kids. Hey, try this.
I know
this is already done. You pour it in a glass, put some ice on it, and you've got a Manhattan right there.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
And to me, no, I like to make my own, or I go to a bartender that knows how to make a good Manhattan. Beside the point. But that's one of the things that I see. I don't see an end to that market, especially since they market it to the younger generations. The other thing that I really like.
Real quick. I want to say this to Jordan. He asked a question about a local place that we are now part of. So Gary's, that's Gary's place, right up there by the vape place. It's not bad. It's Patel prices. Just going to call it what it is. If that's, I don't know how to put it any other way. You can find a lot of different stuff there, but they like to do a lot of bundles and stuff of that nature.
Yeah,
if that's what you want.
Decent bourbon selection. Most of it is overpriced. Every once in a while you can find one that's priced somewhat well, and the rum selection is shit. You can still find a couple of good offerings, but a couple. Like most everything else, it's very, very basic, and it's like your spiced rums and your super like cheap shitty rums. But yeah, decent bourbon selection, but you're gonna pay more than you should for pretty much everything there.
That sucks. But
yeah,
back to what I was talking about with these
go ahead.
Ready to pour, ready to drink stuff. I mean, that's going to be there. That's how they're going to market to the younger generation, to get them to try the old man's drink, the bourbon, the whiskey. But one of the things that I like,
I found out this weekend my son likes tequila. He said that out loud, and I was like, "Really?
Tequila? I do enjoy it.
That tequila Michelle had was really good.
I don't drink tequila, man. I'll be honest with you. The only thing I do drink is bourbon. That's it. I know. And I'm very specific about it. Like if it was, I've had that Sinatra for 7 years now at least, and it's still neck pour down of whiskey.
I remember you because I got to have one with you when you opened it.
Yep, when I opened it. And the only other time I had
delicious.
And the only other time I had it was I was in my soul that day, and I was listening to Sinatra, and I was wanting to take a hot bath with with bubbles and some bath salts. And so I was listening to some Sinatra, and I poured myself a glass of that, and I was like, wow, this is going to make it through the whole bath because I don't like this.
Yeah.
I thought it was great.
Yeah.
To me, the nose, the nose is still Jack Daniels. It is. But palate wise, and again, it's been some number of years, just order of magnitude better. Like it's just way better than any of your Jack, like your best like single barrel that you've had. It's way better than that, in my opinion.
All right.
I thought it was really good.
I think it's way overpriced for what it is. But
I agree with you. I do want to go to. So me and my son are doing. So my son, God, I admire him. I really do. So he's fighting the generation. So him and his buddy Reagan, they just went. Him and John is in the military we call it headmate. That's you have a bathroom that you share between two rooms.
gotcha.
So he and his bathroom mate, John Lee, who John Lee's dad and I are investors together. He's a much bigger investor than me, but we're investors together. But Reagan, who I don't know Reagan is a dude. Reagan wears suits every day to class. And so Preston's gotten into that. And so they went up to, they just flew into New York this past week, and they were up there for 4 days. And they went to these old places where they had old 1980s polo gear and stuff like that of suits. And he bought all this stuff, and he's into wearing suits every day. So him and Reagan and John Lee are starting like this suit revolution on Belmont University, which by the way, I love the fact, I've been saying it his entire life. I wish men still dress like they did in the 50s. I really do. Like,
yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it over.
Peaky Blinders. If I could dress like Peaky Blinders every day, I would do it.
There you
I
go.
would get up. I'd get 30 minutes earlier to do it. Like, I don't understand why men don't do that. Don't get me wrong. I don't do that every day. Many a times I'm wearing a suit from right here to my waist, and I have on board shorts and flip-flops the rest of the way down when I'm talking to students. I get it. But I wish I was forced by societal aspects, demands, to wear a suit every day. I really do.
Back in the day when we had
I just be happy when people stop wearing fucking pajama pants to work. Like that's where I'm at. I don't need you in a suit. Just dress like an adult who's going outside and who's going to be seen by other people. Like I don't really have high fashion standards at all. I really don't.
No.
Please don't fucking wear pajama pants to work.
But
like that.
back
That shit
towards-
actually bothers me.
back towards the topic a little bit. One of the things that I'm intrigued.
Someone's got to keep us on track. Seriously, go ahead. Sorry.
It's not me. It's just this thing that it popped into my brain in the pre-show. I haven't got a chance to express it out here in the regular show, but I was strolling through Instagram the other night, and there's one lady that was on there was doing a review of this, and it was a blend. It was a rye blend, and
You were telling me about that earlier.
yeah, it's two different Sagamore ryes blended with a Bardstown rye. And it's made by, it's blended by Pursuit. It's Pursuit's triple rye blend. And some of the notes that she was getting out of this bottle, it's like, I'm very intrigued. I'm going to have to go find that bottle just to sample that to see if I get those notes. And it's one of the things that intrigues me with the new market. There's a lot of these different blends coming out. Different between different distilleries and this and that. This has got, Sagamore that does their thing with the rye. And then you got Bardstown, which is bourbon and this and all that stuff from Kentucky.
Well, there's also, was it Buffalo
It's
Trace?
just solid information.
Buffalo Trace contract distilled for Wild Turkey, I think. So now there's a distillate out there. It's called a Buff Turkey. So it's
I hadn't heard that.
bizarre.
Yeah,
Buffalo Trace
but
doing something.
it's interesting that I'm willing to go out and try to find this because I like Sagamore. I'm a rye fan myself. I love Bardstown's rye, and
Pursuit just received funding from Meat Church. I don't
get
They're a
that.
barbecue place,
oh, okay. I'm like, I don't understand what that reference is.
not an OnlyFans place.
Well, no,
It's a
that's
t- it's a- it's a
real quick.
toss-up.
So they partnered a long time ago. That's been 2009, 2010 that they've been doing some aging for them. But it's a mixture of both their distillery and Buffalo Trace that they put together.
Yeah.
By the way, they're
It's
only
two
like
different-
30 miles apart. But here's the funny thing about it. Their blend, their mash bill blend, is a classic recipe of 75 corn, 13 rye, 12% malted barley. So they went with like the standard of like distilled.
Yeah.
From my understanding, her review, yeah, I'm very interested in finding this myself. But that's one of the things that I think, and the trend that I see, is a lot of these different blends, especially you got MGP. You mentioned that earlier. It is the largest distiller in the world.
They're extending operations. Did you know that? So as we're in this degradation, which goes this way down.
Yeah, they're doing this
that way. Yeah, they are. They've actually built 2 more plants, and they have a third one to come up, a new rickhouse and distillation plant coming up.
Yeah.
In the next year. Well, I shouldn't say that, in the next 24 months. And so you have at least 1 more rickhouse and another distillation plant coming up in the next year. Or sorry, next 24 months.
Question for you.
What's that?
So Lux Row MGP, they purchased Penelope. Penelope was using MGP. Penelope is now claiming, or I don't want to say claiming, they're now
Puffery.
stating, they're
Puffery.
stating that they're using their own distillate. They've started producing their own distillate. They're owned by MGP.
Yeah.
So
well, that's how they're producing
Isn't
their own
own
distillate.
distillate just?
Well, if they're owned by
MGP,
MGP, then
There it
they
is.
are using
They're
their own
not
distillate.
lying to you.
yeah.
But by the way, that is puffery. That's the
Buff Turkey has been on the market for over a year.
it's actually been on the
never heard
market
of it.
since 2009 and 2010. I just looked it up.
And
Okay.
2 out of the 5 of us knew what it was.
Yeah.
I had no
no
idea
idea.
what it was. I had never
Yeah,
heard
nope.
of it.
I've only heard of it recently, so that's why I don't have all the correct information. So
No, but it's cool. It's interesting. It'd be so, it's one of the things. It's what I'm seeing a lot more of, the trends of, like you said, you got MGP, the largest distiller on the planet,
Yep. Facts.
Everybody
that is
is-
absolute facts.
is using their stuff and blending with this. Blending
Well,
with
the
that.
reason why they're
Like-
first of all, the reason why they're using it is because in order to come into the market, like one thing's what's the name?
It's a lot of time, a lot
Well,
of
no,
money.
it's a lot of upfront capital. So like when I was talking to Mike, when I offered
Money.
to buy his place, I was like, how much do you have on point? Like how much do you have? I understand that. I love Copper Sky.
no,
I
I'm
love-
pointing it out to everybody else.
Yeah. So I love Copper Sky. But how much do you have saved up there that is your own? And it just wasn't enough. And I was like, I don't want to have that. I'm already upside down on one of my other investments. I don't need to have another upside down investment. And
It was paycheck to paycheck or barrel to barrel, right?
yeah, what it is, because what they do is they get, so first of all, their honey cast was fantastic because they did that on their own. So what they did was they got MGP. That's how they did it. Brought MGP in, and then they got it from the barrel. They then poured it into a local barrel of honey from, honey barrel that's from Colorado. And then it picked up all those preservatives and not preservatives, but all those aspects that you get from local honey from Colorado.
Nuances.
And then nuances, yeah. And then that's how they bottled it. And that was fantastic. Now, what I would love to have had from that, and that's what one of the things Mike and I were talking about was, dude, I want to come there and get those drops from the bottle or from the barrel that you couldn't get out. Because the way it works is
Awesome.
they save it,
Press it. Yeah.
and it comes out and it just pours out. But all of us know, even though a barrel has a concave like this,
Yeah, no,
doesn't
it
mean
all
that
doesn't come out.
It all doesn't come out. And I was like, dude,
Right.
I want that part that didn't come out, right? Because I bet that's not
Proof.
only high proof on it, but
Oh, yeah.
Look that
the other
lid.
part
Let
is-
me dip this thing
I
out.
bet it is stuck with so much honey too.
Oh,
Man. I bet
yeah.
it was
Well,
so
and-
good.
And when stores or groups do their barrel picks, it's not uncommon. They receive the barrel. They purchase
Yep,
the barrel,
yep.
everything from face to face. It's not uncommon by the time they receive the barrel, they can pour out probably a 300 or, something just maybe not 300. Maybe that might be a little bit too much, but they can still pour out enough where they can, a handful of people can taste what is left in that barrel.
Mhm.
Well, that's not entirely true. So, I mean, it can be true as well. What I'll say is that the vast majority of times when they do a barrel, the barrel is not shipped to them and then they make their own bottles. The bottles are packaged at the production, and then it's sent, and then they send the drained barrel
Oh yes,
back to.
yes.
Green River honey. Ooh.
Well, see, Green River.
I am highly
that's gonna
looking
be
forward to
hard to
that.
get.
By the way,
If you can get
that's how I feel about that because that comes from my place. So
I love Green River's stuff.
Oh, I can
Big
see the.
fan.
I didn't mean 300 bottles. I meant like 300 milliliters.
Yeah,
Like just the
No, I
residue
understand.
of it in there.
That's
yeah.
what I thought,
We're with
yeah.
you. We're with you. We all get it. Well, and I appreciate you bringing that up because I think that's important to break it out because not everybody is at the level we are, and not that we're at any level that's important.
No.
But man, we are over an hour. It's been fun. It's been real.
Yeah.
Actually, tonight we stayed on topic quite a bit. We did talk about some of the trends.
Thanks,
We did.
Gino.
We
for
did
keeping us
talk.
on topic.
We did talk about some of the new things that are coming up and things of that nature, which was
But-
really good. I
I
will be honest with you. When I read that article today, I read it today, and I will put it in the VIP chat if you guys would like to read it.
I would love to read that.
But it's
It's one of those things.
He's like,
Hey,
I'd love to read that in the
join the
VIP chat.
VIP
I
chat.
would love to read that.
all right. So
in the
Gino,
VIP.
you gotta add Jack Frost to the.
Well, I can't add Jack because he's not a
It's
friend
John.
on Facebook.
It's John.
It doesn't
I
really
actually
matter.
am.
It doesn't matter what
Actually,
his
it is. He is.
official name
It's
is.
John Baker. Jon.
Jon. And I am following you.
Yeah.
All he has to do is follow me, and I can add him. But you know how it
Okay,
is.
well,
He doesn't want to
we'll
follow
figure it out.
me.
He'll
so,
take care of that.
know,
He'll take care of
Sorry
that.
about his luck.
But either way, he'll do that. And trust me, he'll do it. But
It's all
Do it right
good.
now.
but my point, he's already done.
Last time.
But
Oh
my,
shit!
but my point being is that we stayed on topic. We talked about some things that were relevant. I do
Yeah.
think the Taiwanese. I'm really curious about
That's
that because
very
when
interesting.
I read about that, I was like, wow, they're going to do. So they've already had people here in the United States for 4 years learning how to be a master
Learning how to
distiller.
do the thing.
Oh, I believe it. I believe it.
From and of course, my thought was which ones? It doesn't say that in the article. It doesn't tell you which ones. And I hope it's actually honestly at all of them. I really not all of them, but
I
like
hope
the big
it's
ones.
dispersed. Yeah.
Yeah, I hope it's like
Yeah.
one is at Buffalo Trace, one's at Bardstown for obvious reasons, and one is at wherever all of them,
Bean.
right?
Yeah.
Well, I don't want them to be at Bean, but they could be.
Yeah, Knob Creek's good.
And by the way, Bean, they just moved operations to the Booker plant. By the way, if you've never been to the Booker plant, ginormous plant. All right, they got 70 million barrels at their home plant, and
a lot of barrels.
then they just moved operations for production, not
Next
laying off
to-
anybody, to
Nope.
the Booker plant.
But if you think about it, and you
No,
look
think
at
it-
the world, if you look at the world, you've got Jack Daniels and you've got Jim Beam. When you see the name,
Steve. Says, y'all ever go back and count who said the most words, especially when it runs over?
That'd be me.
Jody.
Yep. I don't know what the word count is.
Well, to
But-
be real
but
quick,
like I'm
though,
saying though,
to be fair with this,
think
I did start this show.
you
Me and
did.
David
it's,
did.
it's okay, who cares? But the thing about it is, when you stop and you look at it, and you look at brand naming,
No, I'm with you. I
Jack
mean,
Daniels, you've got Jim Beam.
you're right. I mean, you're right. Right.
It's a big name. They sell it. I mean, we may not care for it here. I don't care for it because of their charcoal filtering. I prefer
Lincoln
their Knob
process.
Creek distillate versus the regular Jim Beam.
Lincoln
Okay,
process.
but there's other people who enjoy the hell out of that, and it sells. You know,
no, it
It's
absolutely
sold for
sells.
years.
I mean, they aren't at the bottom of
Hell no.
distilleries. I mean,
They're-
honestly,
I would
probably
say
one of my.
they're-
I'm one of the biggest investors in the world for Bardstown, and I can assure you that they're at the bottom compared to Jim Beam.
Yeah.
Like
But-
Mao is not getting Jim Beam.
Mm.
I'm sorry, not Jim Beam. He's not getting Bardstown in
But he's getting
England.
beamed.
He's getting Beam. And
Yep.
when I was down in Mexico, we had plenty of Jim Beam. That's all we had, Jim Beam. And by the way, I think Woodford Reserve is a lot better than people think.
Oh,
And what I mean by
hell
that
yeah.
is it's consistent. Golly, it's so
Solid.
consistent.
Every pour. And one of the nice things I like is their single barrel program. At my local was able to get a barrel of that, and it's a little higher proof than just the 80 proof. It was like 93 proof or something like that. Very nice on the double oaked, because they got a barrel pick of the Woodford Reserve double oak.
Well, the double is still the best. I've
Very
ever had.
delicious.
The master,
I
the master
actually
blends.
like this better than a double.
No, that's just fucking second.
Dude, I'm not kidding. I've had the double, and I've had their store pick. Their store pick beats the double.
Well, I'm gonna tell you real quick. We'll end the show with this, but the best store pick I've ever had is a store pick from Michelle's place, which is vintage in Old Hickory, Tennessee. It's Mount Juliet, Old Hickory, right there at the line. But their stag pick that they did, I think it was batch 7. I'm not 100% sure. She can fact check me on that. That is the best pick of Stag Junior I've ever had in my life. That is so good. Like you drink that, you're like, whew,
Damn.
I'm ready to give it all up tonight. All of it. All of it. I'm gonna drink the whole bottle. I'm gonna give it all up. If I don't make
Yep.
it, you know why. You know what I'm saying?
I have
is that
got a
good?
couple bottles
That's what it
behind
is,
me
man.
that are the same way. It's like that bottle is done tonight.
Yep.
Mhm.
But anyway, and then rare character at Tart's place.
Rare Character, yeah.
Elixir. Yeah, at Elixir. But anyway, guys,
Yeah.
like, love, subscribe, turn on
Hit the
notifications,
little bells, the notification, all
all
that.
the things,
Yeah.
do the things. Be part of the show. Come see us. And you definitely want to be part of the VIP. And if you want to be part of the VIP, you got to befriend Gino.
Yeah, because you're
Because
not
the rest
friend,
of us-
you're
rest of us-
SOL.
He's our gatekeeper, man.
Yeah,
Like,
because
rest
the
of
other
us-
guys,
You gotta
they're not
be
paying
fed,
any
yeah.
attention to you. You're gonna have to come to me. And it's like if you
I
don't come
just
to
sent
me,
a
if you're
message.
not on
There's
my
some good
friends list,
stuff.
you're
There's
screwed.
some really good stuff, but I just don't participate much in the good stuff on there.
I just
Because I've been doing it. I've been doing it for what? We've been doing this for what? 5 years?
2020, so we're on
Yeah.
year 6.
No idea.
We're on year 6. Yeah. As a matter of fact, Michelle sent me a picture earlier, and she was like, "Is this live right now?" I'm like, "Dude, that's like
Yeah.
I had on a shirt that was from Barbell Voodoo. That was the not Lion King, but the what's it called? Tiger King shirt." And I was like, "No, babe, that's not from right now. That's a long time ago."
Yeah. Tiger King's a throwback now. But yeah, let's get out of here, guys.
All right,
Hey,
yes,
love you guys. Everybody, be good to
have a great
yourself.
week. Be good to yourselves.
That's right.
Peace out.
Cheers.